Last night we were checking our analytics on YouTube and we saw a big spike in views and also in subs. So we're reading through the comments and we found out that Chad from DOSS Farms had shouted us out in his video. A whole bunch of his loyal subs came over to check out Piney Grove. So Chad and Ray, thank you for the shout out, and for all of the subscribers that came over from DOSS Farms, thank you for joining us. Hopefully we can keep your interest, and we were thinking this morning that this would be a good video to put out right away to kind of introduce the new subscribers to Piney Grove and also to refresh the memories of our existing subscribers. So first things first, I guess we'll start with introductions. My name's Brad.
I'm Deb.
And we bought Piney Grove 6 years ago, 6 years and 3 months ago. And the idea behind Piney Grove was to have something that we could retire to as we finish out the last phase in our life. So I'll let Deb start off with the story.
Oh, yeah, I love when he does that to me. He just throws things at me. Well, like he said, 6 years ago, we bought Piney Grove looking for a retirement dream. We're not sedentary people, and we knew in retirement that we couldn't just sit around. So what better way to make you move than to buy, I would say 20 acres, but if you watched our first video, it's not quite 20 acres. That keeps us busy. So we've spent the last 6 years doing what you'll see in our videos. We're do-it-yourselfers. It's how we do things. We're not saying we're always right, but we do show you what we do.
Yeah, like Deb said, we're not a how-to channel, we're a how-we-do channel. And we've resolved that whole 20 acres issue, so we now have, I guess what you call permission to proceed forward with our plans. And we're just waiting for our drafter to adjust the drawings, and then we should be pulling permits and pouring concrete. But going back to the beginning, it took us 1 year to find Piney Grove, and Piney Grove was 20 acres of planted pines, thus the name. And we had never developed land or, built a house from scratch. We always bought a house that already existed out there. And we did not know how big a task it would be to do all of this. We started recording it and sharing it because we figured that there were other people out there that maybe were in similar situations or maybe were contemplating doing the same thing. And we just wanted to share our story, show the level of effort. We both have full-time jobs, so we're largely weekend warriors. We haven't taken a vacation in 6 years. We come out here to Piney Grove on the weekends. We take our vacation times and come out here. And the whole idea is we want to get it ready to basically live and start our mini farm or our hobby farm on day one. So that's what it's all been. It's all been laying out infrastructure and getting it ready. So we had to clear the land. We had to plant the pastures. And just, do fencing, do buildings, drill wells. And then another kind of wrinkle to our story, and I'll let Deb touch on this was going to be Deb and I's dream, but it turned out to be a multi-generational homestead. So you want to kind of walk them through that a little bit?
Well, we had bought this property, like you said, and thought that it would be our retirement dream. Well, then we were blessed that both sets of our parents were still alive. And we're aging and they're aging. So we offered to both of our parents, hey, come down here. We have 20 acres, build on
19.
our land. I'm sorry, 19 something acres. And we will be here to help you and come live with us, basically, without actually living with us. So the best of all worlds. My parents live in Texas. They said no. We respect that. Brad's parents lived in Virginia and they came down. So the first house we built here was for Brad's parents. So we're a multi-family homestead.
When we say multi, we're not living here yet. We actually live in a town called Panama City, and that's where our job is. You may have heard of it, Panama City, Florida. And it's not Atlanta or Los Angeles or anything like that, but it became too big for us, and we just want to be out here in the country amongst nature and just kind of enjoy, not a sedentary life because we want to stay active, but we want our time to be our own, we want our schedule to be our own, and we want to walk out our door and have things to do. And that was the reason for Piney Grove. So we moved my mom and dad here about 1.5 years ago from Virginia. And we have videos on all that. You can see the journey of how we emptied out their house and brought them here. And we took about 18 months of our life and dedicated to we did like a budget contractor to build their house. So we did a lot of the coordination of a lot of things. And then we did a lot of manual installs and landscaping and driveways and stuff. So we kind of put our dream on hold for a little while to get them settled in and then moved them down here. But sadly, Dad passed away over the holidays. He was having issues with congestive heart failure, and he was stubborn, you know, tough old bird from Virginia, and a farmer. I grew up on a 200-acre farm. We came here one weekend because typically we come here on the weekends and visit them and help them out. And also we moved my sister from Tampa here locally so that she could check in on them as well. So between the both of us, somebody was here daily to check on them and help them out and cook them dinner and clean and do stuff like that. But he had gotten sick and didn't go to the doctor. And then after a while, it kind of manifested, and you walked in the house and you saw him in a pretty bad state. And how'd it go from there?
I walked in the house and he walked out, and he was swollen from his head to his toes, literally. He had retained so much fluid. I don't want to get graphic, but he was swollen and things were happening that shouldn't have been happening. So as soon as I saw him, you've got to go. And he agreed to go. So he ended up hospitalized for a week, came home for a week and a half, ended up going back to the hospital. And he just got progressively worse. And the thing I'll say about Brad's dad is that he lived his life the way he wanted to live his life. He made the decisions he wanted to make up until his passing. So I think that gives me a little bit of peace that I wasn't going to get choked up.
It's the first time we've talked about it on camera. We weren't sure if we were even going to bring it up, but as you know, someone that puts a lot of our life out there in the public, people know that my parents are here on the property. So we figured this is as good as time as any to kind of reveal it. But yeah, you were saying that he kind of right up until the end.
Yeah, right up until the end, he lived his life the way he wanted to. He made all of his medical decisions based on what he wanted and based on his thoughts and his wishes. And the man had never been in the hospital before this past couple months. He had never been. So he was healthy. He was sharp as a tack. So he made his decisions, and he passed when the time came. He passed quickly. We think it was a blessing that the Lord took him when he was ready to go, and it wasn't drawn out, and it wasn't a painful passing. So we look at that for comfort too. I do.
Yeah, so Dad is home looking down upon us, and we have now, you know, taken on the responsibility of taking care of my mom. So we're here a lot more to check on her and take care of her. My dad called her mommy, so just making sure that we're doing right by mom and taking care of her. So
we got to do a shout out. We do. We help whenever we can and wherever we can. Like Brad said, we're here a lot. But Lisa,
yeah, my sister,
his sister, has been monumental in the efforts to help take care of Mom as well. So we would be remiss in not mentioning everything that Lisa is doing.
Yeah,
she's
definitely.
Awesome.
She's doing the daily stuff that you need to do to help out someone that is older and needs more help. Okay, we're going to give you a change of scenery. It's always sunny here in North Florida. Spring is sprung. I'm kicking out a thistle out of the pasture here. Spring is sprung, things are greening up, and we are just busy as a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. We have so many things to do. You know, not only the things we already mentioned, helping with Mom, but we are building our house. We're also just finished this weekend getting a new barn built, so we're working on that this morning. And there's just a lot of infrastructure things we have to do as we prepare for our house to be built. And oh, by the way, we're also preparing our current house to put up for sale. So there's a lot of work going on there as well.
So if you've watched our other video or any of our videos, you'll notice that Bella, our Brittany, is usually featured. We call her the mascot of Piney Grove. And I bring that up because if I look like I'm looking off and I look like I'm a little scattered. I'm trying to keep track of my dog because she is lightning fast, and we've got one side of fencing that we have not done yet, but check out our videos on the other fencing that we've done. But she could breach that fence, and if she gets out, she's faster than us, so we won't catch her. So we do make sure that we can keep an eye on her. And speaking of animals, if you've come from DOSS Farms, we love their animals. We love their assortment, and we are so excited. Probably me a little more so than Brad.
It's just work for me.
Just work for him, but I'm so excited because when we retire, my goal and my hope is to have just a little menagerie. I don't want lots of animals and I don't want big animals, but I would like to have, when we say mini farm, a true mini farm. A couple mini horses, a couple mini cows, a couple dwarf goats, a couple alpaca.
Sorry, Chad, you mentioned in your video yesterday that you weren't going to like us anymore if we like goats. And so I'm with you, but you might have to kind of fast forward the Deb parts in the next year or so. So the barn in the background is Deb's barn. That was built for her. It currently has all of my stuff in it. It's full of my stuff, but that's the reason why we just built a pole barn to move my stuff into that. And part of the process this year, along with the house build and 300 other things, we'll be getting that barn ready for the animals. And we're not exactly sure how we're going to do it, but the outside structure is done. Now we just have to figure out how to configure the inside of it.
This is my first farm experience, so we'll come to you for help. Seriously, we'll come to you folks for help. Have you ever started a barn from scratch? Have you got any pointers or tips for us on stalls for shrunken animals? I mean, this is all new for us, so we value your input.
Yeah, we've got it set up the best way that we could think of. You can see it's open there for ventilation. We've got bases to put fans in there to keep the air circulating. And we got hay equipment now, so we'll be cutting our own hay out here on the pasture and just trying to get everything set up. I grew up on a farm, so I was away from it for 21 years in the Air Force, but Deb's never been in this environment. So a big thing that you see on our channel is a couple working together doing projects, because we're all about building infrastructure, and Deb being on heavy equipment. We got a mini excavator, we got a tractor, we got some more equipment coming that's going to be exciting here in a couple months. And that's kind of a big part of our channel, is taking someone that's not used to that. And I literally the other night threw her on the excavator. I was like, here, I'll watch Bella and you run the excavator. And I think she's enjoying it. I really think she's enjoying this transition from more of that urban type of lifestyle to the country lifestyle.
Absolutely. Oh, I love it. And he did. I was walking Bella and he said, here, come dig. And I don't ever know, because if you've never been on an excavator, there's levers and pedals and there's a lot going on, but it was fun. It really is fun. And he actually trusted me with the excavator. He actually left me alone with his excavator, which I thought was pretty huge, and I did enjoy it.
Yeah, between the excavator and also tractoring, now I can, set her loose on a tractor and she can get work done instead of me having to be in the seat all the time. And it just, two people get it done in half the time. And she's also become a huge zero-turn fan. So we bought her a zero-turn so she can cut grass. And I don't know what she enjoys more, Bella, her animal, or her zero-turn mower.
Well, I do love my animal more. I'm a huge animal nut, but that zero-turn, I got to tell you, that zero-turn is my favorite piece of equipment ever. Love it.
So we'll close out this video. We don't want it to be too long. I'm going to put some links down below of some videos that may help you get to know us. If you have any questions at all about us, put them down in the comments below. We tried last night to respond to every one of you that came over from DOSS Farms, but it was fast. Like as soon as we would get 2 or 3 responded, they were coming in. So we appreciate all the comments. Our pace is 2 videos a week. Tuesday tends to be our tractor type of video, and then Saturday tends to be more of our, husband-wife project type of video. And then if we have some extra bonus content, we might publish something on Sunday. And also we have a Facebook page, and our Facebook page has the same videos, but we also do a lot of pictures and interaction with our viewers there, and just kind of what we're doing that weekend, video to come in a couple weeks. But I'm going to stop talking because this video's probably got too long. Turn it over to Deb to close out, and appreciate everyone being here. Hope to continue to see you going forward in the comments.
Absolutely. Basically, that's who we are. We love God, our freedom, this country, this piece of land, and we love what we do, our life. So we hope you'll follow along. We hope you'll go back and watch some of our other videos. We've got a pretty good catalog going right now, short and long form. And like he said, there's equipment, there's us, there's a little bit of everything. So we greatly appreciate you guys following us along. And we look forward to continuing, and we look forward to sharing our house build with you. So take care. God bless.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Chad and Ray for shouting us out yesterday.
Absolutely.